Hi there, people. This is Pray Love, and today I'm going to talk about a Parfum de Marly fragrance that is called Haltane. So, Haltane is quite a hype monster right now. I wasn't that much aware when I tried it, though. I was just looking for fragrances in a shop, and they had like the whole Parfum de Marly thing going on. And I told the clerk, I was like, I'm not really a fan of Parfum de Marly fragrances in general right now. To which she replied, I'm not either, but I want to show you two fragrances that I actually like about with that brand. So that being said, that I was not expecting much. I was expecting another fragrance that had like this kind of like the Leighton, Altair, Carlisle, etc. They all have like this kind of molecule spices, or I don't really know what they put in there, but kind of like this Parfum de Marly signature um, thing that they they put in there that's like spices, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's like too sweet. It doesn't really catch my interest that much. I used to really like Carlisle and Oajan and Leighton. Now I'm like way, I'm I don't really care about those fragrances anymore. I will explain further on in detail, perhaps in other videos. But the actual the Haltane one was fantastic, and I was like completely overwhelmed by how good it smelled. Some people will say it's kind of like Initio's Ode for Greatness. Is it Ode for Greatness? Ode for Glory? I don't remember. There's the clone that has like an exact similar name. Um, anyway, this fragrance I like too. I had the sample of the appropriate name, the fragrance. I had a sample of that I really binged. I really loved that fragrance. Um, but the like Haltane, there's sister brands, Initio and Parfum de Marly. So some people have advanced that perhaps they just took the Ode for Glory, yeah, Ode for Greatness. Damn, okay. But anyway, took it from Initio, transferred to Parfum de Marly, and got a new release that was special for Harrods. I don't think so because it's too different. Like the fragrances are too different for really being like a one-on-one. Oh yeah, copy paste. We'll take from one company, we'll move to the other one, and it's gonna sell as much. I don't think so. Like, and some people, oh yeah, there's like small tweaks. Yeah, I don't think it's the same fragrance. I get that there's an idea that's similar, and there's a vibe that has like kind of a similarity, but I think it's oud, like the initial fragrance. I'm just gonna call it like that because I just forgot, and you know how it is. You can search for hours for those types of things, but the initial fragrance is like the warmth is very like sharp. I don't know like how to express it differently, but like it's very powerful and opulent. Okay, it's sharp. It's like a razor, something like that, and it's kind of like a burning fire or something. It's like the idea around it is, uh, and it's drier too. Whatever. Haltane is a bit more like for me. The first thing I thought when I actually smelled Haltane was gingerbread cookies. That's the first thing I that came to my mind. I was like, oh, it smells like gingerbread cookies, and it does smell a bit like gingerbread cookies, but with oud. Okay, so it's like a very elegant, very fancy fragrance. Uh, that is not that it's pretty easy to wear, so it's an oud fragrance, but it's got like a cleaner oud, like a woody resins, and it's very juicy. Okay, so a very juicy fragrance with the resins. Sometimes oud can be very very dry, the interlude territory, like the amouage interlude territory, but then in that fragrance it's the resins. It's like it's oozing, like the oozing oud, because it's like it's rotten, something's oozing out of it, and that is the resins that I like. That is the resins that I like in oud, and it is perfectly well done in Haltane. Now, is it like a fecal animal? No, no, it's a very clean wood and it's clean resins. It's very nice. It just gives warmth and kind of like a fireplace, kind of like it's just comforting and nice. The spices have like a gingerbread like effect to me, and there's something that smells a bit like bread to inside the whole fragrance, and there's a slight praline, like it's a bit like a it's a bit edible too. Like I think it's not a full on gourmand fragrance, but it's a bit edible. It's not like, oh yeah, it's definitely gingerbread cookies. No, it's not exactly a gingerbread cookie fragrance, but it's still just enough edible that it's kind of interesting. So that is what I thought when I wore it. Like, and when I wore it and the dry down, oh, it's warm, it's spicy, like the oud is getting great, it's elegant, it's fancy, but it remains edible all throughout the life of the fragrance, and the praline note is divine. It's like you could chunk on yourself and you would be like praline and gingerbread crumbs, but it's just like it's subconscious because it's not exactly that. People won't smell you like, oh, you smell like gingerbread cookies, or oh, you smell like praline. They're just like, whoa, this guy smells elegant and woodsy and a bit dark, but I could still like get a chunk out of it. No, you know what I mean? It's still edible, it's still gourmand, it's still pleasing, but the main focus is around the woods and that warmth, that resinous warmth that it has, that like so I wouldn't compare the two like too much. Initio is yes, very very similar, but I don't think they are like very very similar to the point where it's like actually a copy paste. I think that there's perhaps a similar idea, perhaps a similar usage of oud in both fragrances, but they just went their way with different things, you know. Altain is, I think, mostly associated with traditional masculine perfumery, just because it's very woodsy and oudy and it's pretty dry. It's not very sweet. It's not like an overkill of sweetness or anything, and it doesn't have like that much like floral notes or um like fruity notes or whatever. It's really like woodsy, resinous, base note oriented, superb fragrance with a little bit of sweetness from like the praline. And this is something that I think it's better than anything in the brand is that oftentimes when Parfum de Marly do wintertime, like stronger, like warmer fragrances, they always do like this very sweet kind of spice mix. There, it's not there at all. The spice mix is drier and is like a lot less sweet. So I would recommend Haltane above anything that they do. like, uh, not to say that they are a bad brand. They are a super brand. I think they do a lot of creative and very like high quality stuff. It's just not for me anymore. But Haltane, it's so good. Like it draws every time I wear it. I'm like I want more, and I think I'm going to. It's going to be the end of my sample, and I won't know what to do afterwards. So yes, spread love and spray love. Bye bye.